So guys, in this video we are going to see how to design a question form with like options. So generally, I think most of the people might know, like when you want to do any questions, we have to create a question, the title. Then below that we have a form, right? So now we are going to see how we have to design that form by using the Bootstrap actually. Okay. So here I'm using a Bootstrap version number 5. So if you are following the Bootstrap, you should also use the same version. In case if you are using a different versions, then you will not get the same output. That class name will be different, right? So here I'm using a version number 5.3.3, and you should also use the same thing actually here. Okay, so now I am having a scratch that I have started that HTML page from scratch. As you can see here, this file has only the link of Bootstrap. That's it. Apart from this, I don't have anything. Now I'm going to have one container. Okay, so this container is nothing but it is the class which is coming from the Bootstrap itself. Okay, so this container will take the full width. If you are using a container will not take the full width. Only the container fluid will take full width, but as of now this one will take only the center part of the page with a little space in the right and left side. Okay, then I'm going to have one row. So in this row I'm split it into the two different columns. So one column is going to left side is going to have the some title or something, right side is going to be the some timing. Actually in the design we used to have that thing, right, the timing thing. So here I'm going to have some, maybe here I will use like h1 here. So exam online. Okay, so this is the name that I'm going to have, and here I'm going to have some timing. Okay, so which means, for example, if I want to keep like 60 hours, again I'm hard coded. I didn't do any JavaScript coding. Here I'm just concentrating only on the HTML code. Okay, so this will help you to show the appropriate output. Now let me run the program. So whatever the file, okay, I think it looks fine. As you can see here, this is the exam online. This is the title of the website, and in the right hand side, or we can say, yeah, on the right hand side you can see the timing. Okay, now we are going to load the questions. So how are we going to load the questions? So here below that row I am going to add a one UL actually, which means from the Bootstrap itself I am going to use this list item. Okay, so what this what this list item will do, this will help us to create the list of the questions with our proper name. So here I am going to mention UL, and then class name is going to be a list group. Okay, this is the Bootstrap class, guys. I am using this one. Okay, so list group which helps us to this one. So here I am going to have a li, because you people know. So list, this is a normal HTML only item. Okay, so this will help us to create the item actually here. Okay, and this is the title of your questions. So the first li is going to be the title. So next one is going to be the radio button. So how are you going to do? Here I need to create like this one, and I think here also I should have the same list group item. I should copy from that above. So this is kind of first question, the first LA representation of the question here. Next LA representation of the radio button. Okay, so here I'm going to mention the radio button. So input type radio. Okay, and here maybe I will mention as like option 1. Okay, so it's all your wish how you want to do. So I mention option 1 actually here. Okay, so this is how it works, and yes, I think okay. So let me copy paste this one for 3 more times, because each question will have a 4 options, right, generally. So 2, 3, 4. Okay, now as you can see here, my question is having 4 things. So let's see how it shows. Okay, as you can see here, it looks like this actually here. Okay, so this is kind of question actually. Below that I have 4 options. Instead of option 1 all these things, I will mention option 2, 3 and option 4. Okay, fine. And now one more thing, this question, right, to make it as little different, I am using a one class called primary. I think it's not just a primary, I need to use list. It's a class from once again, list group item primary. Okay, this class is coming from Bootstrap only. I just grab it from Bootstrap documentation. Okay, as you can see here, this is the output for this particular question here. Now I will duplicate it for around 5 more times. Let's see how we can able to use it. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 something. Okay, right. So as you can see here, now I have a lot more questions each and every places. Okay, but okay, before that, below that I will have a 1, 2 buttons. Okay, so which means that button will help you to submit the questions generally, right? So once that exam is completed, which means when once the student is completed, he wants to submit their questions. Okay, for this thing, what I am going to do, I am going to create one button here. So here I'm going to have a one row again. So inside that row I'm going to have a one column. Okay, so the first column I will keep it as okay, I will use this one. So here I will have a one button. Okay, inside that button I will mention as save. Okay, so this button I'm going to make it as a green color. So for this one, in Bootstrap we used to have a button, and I think it's a button success, I think so. Success or okay, success. So button primary. Okay, this will help you to create a green color class. Next one is I will mention as the danger, I think so. Is it correct? Yeah. So this one will help you to create the two different classes. So let's see how it works. As you can see here, I am having a two different buttons actually here. Okay, but as we all know, generally we used to have the button in the center or in the right side. So here I will have the right side one. So here what I will mention, text end actually. Okay, that's it. So if you see here, now I can able to see this one, which is in the end of this one actually. Okay, so most of the things are done, but only thing is we should create some spaces right between the questions, because all these things are now together, but instead of, it's like all these things are very congested. So here I will create I want to apply the margin. So if you want, you can create your own classes. Otherwise we can use Bootstrap itself. So what I can do, in each and every class we have the class list group, right? So here I will mention margin 2. So this will help us to create the margin around the element. So this one like this. Okay, I think only the first questions we can see the output. Yeah, can you see this one? A simple space created around the element. Okay, like this we have to place it all the places. So instead of doing each and every place, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a find actually. Okay, so in the find I will mention like this. So here I will mention m2. Okay, so replace everywhere, and let me save the file, and as we can see here, yeah, it looks good. Moreover here also it looks fine actually here. Okay, so here one is save, next one is cancel. So both this text has to be changed also. I did notice this one. So this one I will mention as the cancel. Okay, so save it and got this one. Yeah, it is fine, and I think mostly it's fine, but only thing is this also we will move it to the right corner instead of keeping it as a center one. We can move this timing to the right hand side. So for this also we are going to use the same class name. So the class name is going to be the text end. So this is also Bootstrap class. Yeah, so now it looks in the right side of the web page. Okay, so this is how you can design a simple website or simple question form in your Bootstrap. If you see here, I never write any CSS. All these things I have used only the Bootstrap library, and I have uses all the places the Bootstrap classes only. I didn't write even a single CSS classes here. Okay, so that's it. And yes, if you have any doubts, just put in the comments. Thank you.